This is the International Women's Day edition of the Now Morning Show, and this morning my next guest will help me to embrace everyone. Joining me this morning, we have representatives speaking on the theme of the UWI's March this year, and that is Dr. Angelique Nixon, of the Institute for Gender and Development Studies, and Ms. Renuka Anandjit, Research Assistant for the Institute of Gender and Development Studies, both helping us to embrace everyone. Ladies, good morning and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Good morning, Ainka.
Good morning. Yes. Thank you for having us.
Well, we had to, because we are certainly celebrated today, and your line of work, your dedication to the cause, all help us to embrace everyone. Tell me a little bit about the theme as we jump straight in as to how we are celebrating International Women's Day with this march and rally on the 11th. Dr. Nixon, care to share?
Yes. Well, first of all, this is a women's rights coalition of organizations, civil society. The University of the West Indies Institute for Gender and Development Studies is just one of the partners, the organizing partners. So I just want to make that very clear. This is a coalition of over 20 community and civil society organizations joining together for the annual Women's Rights Rally and March, which is on Saturday, the 11th. This Saturday, the 11th of March, we gather at 2:30 p.m. opposite TGI Fridays at the Queen's Park, Savannah, under our theme, Embrace Everyone, and all are invited to join us. And so we invite all of your listeners and all of the public, please, to come out as we embrace everyone and our take on the international theme, Embrace Equity. And what does that mean? Each and every year we gather to demand better, to advance women's rights. Women's rights are everyone's responsibility, and we invite all community organizations and all of the public to join us and bring your message and come. We, this year in particular, our goal is to spotlight the importance of protecting the rights of women and girls in all spaces, and to address some of the intersecting issues of diversity and representation. Our message this year is one of inclusion. We're representing and thinking about all women across all walks of life, across all kinds of work, across geographic spaces, across all of our differences around gender, race, sexuality, migration, religion, ability, and so on.
Now that is a tall order, but absolutely necessary, because when we talk about community and in this case coalition, you will have a very wide cross-section of persons that you can draw information from, support from, and experiences from. So tell me a little bit, Renuka, as to how these persons will help to embody the overall theme in terms of embracing digitization and technological advancements, rather, as we look forward to, well, empowering and enriching the lives of women across the globe.
Like Dr. Nixon said, you know, it's a coalition, and we really are broad-based in our approach. We never identify one single issue, because women's issues are so wide and so broad, and that includes digital technology, access to technology. And in the March this year, we do have our Break the Silence project, which was a key supporter of the initiative. And they have a specific thrust where they're looking at creating the internet as a safe space for everyone, particularly children. And even when we think about digital technology, we think about women in technology, we think about the opportunities, the growing opportunities for all girls. And a lot of people ask, you know, why is it girls and women in STEM? And we have to always explain the fact that historically it's been a male-dominated space, and we have to create space, or women have to come out and claim space. And in aligning ourselves with this theme of embrace everyone, it includes the digital technology, because it recognizes the intersections of women's issues, which includes access to technology, but access to education and resources that enable them to advance themselves and also their communities through using these services.
Beautiful.
So as we say, bring your message and come. Digital technology is so all-encompassing. You have technology being used for climate change activism, technology being used for social justice, and we see that all the time. You just go on Instagram or you go on Twitter. Even, you think about how children, your guest earlier from Plot talked about how we're using technology, and we think about how children are able to access the internet. She talked about her son asking about how babies are made, and the internet should be a safe space for not only children, but women and girls and everyone, because the internet is such a broad it's such a dangerous space, but it's such a great space also.
Right.
So if we come together, we ensure the mechanisms are there where we can get access to information. I think that's one way, and much more work to be done, but we are getting there to really make digital technology and access for everyone a reality.
I mean, it is, as we say, the start that we need, because we can't just wait till or expect to get to the destination without taking the journey. Now, Dr. Nixon, let's talk a little bit about what that journey would look like beyond International Women's Day, because we know that apart from the actual march and rally that's happening on Saturday, there will be other things to commemorate, to celebrate, to empower. So what else can we look forward to on the calendar of events for this coalition?
Well, today, I believe you already had a commercial for the Network for NGOs for the Advancement of Women in Trinidad and Tobago. They're having a concert tonight at Napa, and so just encouraging everyone to go out and support. And with that said, the founder of Network for NGOs, Dr. Hazel Brown, the late Dr. Hazel Brown, in 2017, addressed the public and said, in order to achieve the full and equal participation of women and men in our national and regional development as competent human beings, not property or real estate, then we have to stand up for gender justice. And one of the things we're doing this year in the march is we're inviting in this week leading up to the march, we're inviting everyone to share their memories of Hazel Brown. Hazel Brown was such a fierce defender of human rights and women's rights, and the Network of NGOs continues that work. So tonight there is a concert. There are many events happening for IWD. Civil society organizations have long led, and women's organizations have long led celebrations for International Women's Day, which have been going on for decades in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's really important, calling on everyone to support civil society, community organizations that are celebrating today. And as we celebrate women's achievements, we also are looking to the places where we still need to demand change and fight for gender equality and gender justice. And, and what does that mean for us? I mean, this year we're really thinking about this idea of equity. Equity, it pushes the equality. Equality is about everyone should have access to the same resources and opportunities, regardless of difference. But equity demands that we think about what those differences are. Everyone has different needs. We have different needs, and we come from different places. We come from different walks of life, and we have different experiences. And so equity, when we talk about social and economic equity, is about making sure that we create the opportunities and spaces and possibilities for all of us to achieve our greatest potential. And that means we have to account for differences. It means we have to do some of the hard work that civil society organizations, that women's rights organizations and social justice organizations have long been doing, especially in the area of gender and sexual rights, which we still have a lot of work to do.
And in that case, let me say thank you so kindly for lending your efforts, your knowledge, your energy towards those ends, both to you, Renuka, and to you, Dr. Nixon, simply because, as you rightfully say, we do have a lot of work to do, but we are starting it, and we will lend our support on Saturday as we get ready to head to the Queen's Park, Savannah for the UWI Women's Rights March and Rally. And as you say, bring your message and come. I look forward to it, and I look forward to hearing from you ladies in the future as we continue to celebrate ourselves. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. We hope to see you there on Saturday, 2:30.
Coming out, me, Kimberly, Ruckus, Natasha, everybody.
Please.
Let's go. But for now, guys,
yes,
we're going to bring those messages and come. But we do have to take a few messages of our own here. So we're taking a quick commercial break. And our morning show is almost wrapped up, but you do not want to leave us just yet. We'll be back.